Hello and welcome back to my channel, or welcome to my channel if you're new around here. My name is Ashley and I go by the Ashleyness here. Today we are playing Planet Zoo and this is the 15th episode of my Esme Zoo. In this episode we will be building for the greater flamingos. As you can see here, I have some inspiration that I have found on the internet on different types of enclosures with the birds included. As we enter the zoo, just a second, here we go. As we enter the zoo and fly over, you can see that we have quite the massive zoo going on. We have completed the areas for the primate sanctuary, and as we move along through here, you can see the crowds are here and they are moving and bustling, and so are our animals. Our primates are moving along and it's just beautiful. But as we creep through our zoo and down to the end, you can see that we have a massive building in the corner there. And that was our last episode where we built the bird nest. And now our Flamingo Habitat is going to be right next to the Children's Education Center, which is this big building we're passing now. And it's going to be found located here in this beautiful area with this fence that we're zooming in on. My goodness. And as you can see, coming soon, flamingos. I felt this was a nice space to put them because they're very colorful, very social animals, and they don't shy away from crowds, thank goodness, because our education center has quite the crowd coming and going from it. So we're going to start off by going ahead and getting rid of this barrier, which was our temporary barrier, and I've already built the structure for the housing, and I've already done some landscaping to hurry this video along. This video is short, I apologize, but it is worthy of watching. I think it turns out really great, and of course I would like to hear your opinions. I always think my builds look great, but I would love to hear if you feel like maybe they could have used a little more work, and I can come back. I can always go back and work on the habitats if we're feeling like maybe they're a little lackluster. So here I'm continuing through with our brick border, and I'm going to then find our glass, and I'm going to make a low barrier here so that the guests can see in. And let's face it, the flamingos aren't very tall and they don't fly, and so we don't have to worry about them escaping. We just have to make sure that they are safe from the guest and from themselves escaping, by walking out. So we do have quite the crowd happening here, and that is because we have recently opened our bird nest building with our beautiful little birds inside, and so everybody's kind of rushing over there. But we're working on the boundary now for the flamingos. As you can see, they have a large area, but not too large. Because they do have a tendency to reproduce quite quickly. I do find that I have many, many babies and many, many flamingos very quickly. So here we're going to go around with this null barrier so that we don't have to worry about them escaping, and we can have our beautiful fencing, pre-made fencing that we've made ourselves versus the ones that come with the game. And my dogs are barking. Oh no. I hope you can't hear that. I can hear it. It's very annoying. They've been very, very barky today. So anyway, we're just continuing through with this null barrier all the way around the border. And around this building. And they do have glass on the back of that building, as you can see, so that they can look out into the natural environment. So they don't feel as claustrophobic in there. And then once this is done, we're going to just pop in a gate. We're just going to kind of hide it away right here. And then fight with, okay, maybe not there. Gates can be tricky, and the pathing system worse. So as a reminder, I do not build with any mods. I know there's lots of amazing mods out there, but I like to build in a way that I feel that people can recreate in their own games and feel confident in their abilities. And so I do have, the only thing I do have is some decorated ones, but I don't use them in my videos. And I do have remasters of the birds and the other animals in my zoo, which a remaster, if you're unaware, is like a recoloring of their fur. And sometimes they're sized differently. And so that, you know, can really be pretty excellent looking. I was just grabbing this sign here. And it makes them look fantastic. And so that is the only mods I have. And I do hope that you feel like you can do this, because I believe in you. I know you can. I know I had a couple that were kind of overwhelmed with my education center, feeling like they just could not do that themselves. But I assure you that it is possible. It just takes time and work and a lot of imagination. Back at the build, we're nearly done already. We're just putting down all of the bits and pieces. All of our beautiful flamingos are flying in. They're jumping into the water there. And we are doing really well. You know, I always do I tried it, well, I don't always, got myself in a lie. I try to always do the enrichment before I do the foliage. And that is because I like to go crazy with my foliage, if you haven't noticed. And I like to spread it everywhere. And when you do that, sometimes you forget to leave spaces for your enrichment items, which means then you're just like having to get rid of a whole bunch of foliage and make space for it, which is just time consuming and annoying. Look at them, all of them come over here. They're so cute. I love how they walk. Oh my goodness. And then you can see I've added some decorations, foliage into the pond there just to make it look a little more blended in. And yeah, just doing the cattails and everything else, kind of making it try to look like the other water areas in the zoo around it. And then again, you know, the large grasses to give them privacy and also to make it blend in with its surroundings. And I thought about that big log, but then I decided against it. I'm gonna grab some rocks and kind of give them a little bit of spacing here so they can look a little more natural in the waterways. We do have a lot of the tiny stones down there, and those are those fox stones. I'm not sure if I'm saying that correctly, but it's the ones that came with like the aquatic pack. And then I did this, and then it was like to try to make it look like duckweed. And then so I did that. I can't remember if I kept it because it's been a little while since I've made this video. I remember using it a lot, and then I feel like I got rid of it, but I may be wrong because it does look really cool, so I hope I kept it. No promises though. We're gonna find out. We're gonna both be surprised at the same time. So yeah, just doing more foliage here, as you can see. I'm very curious if I kept all of this. I think I did. I want to say I did. I hope I did, because it does look nice. You know, it's one of those things like you're doing it and then you're kind of like, you know, at the time, but maybe later on looking at it, you realize it looks really cool. But yeah, I kind of wanted the water to look a little mucky, kind of used and pretty. Look at them go. Oh, I think I kept them. Yay. And then here's these little plants. We're almost at the end. Oh my goodness. This video has gone by so quickly. And then I just recolor this to make it a little more darker to kind of blend in a little bit more. Same for this one. I don't like that bright color to it because I feel like it just sticks out like a sore thumb. Change the watercolor a little bit, again, making it a little mucky. And yeah, look at this go though. It's so fast. And I mean, like, granted the video is sped up, but I mean, like, this did not take me any time at all to make this. I did add these little stumps in here just to give it a little more dynamic, a little more height, and a little bit of a different texture. And same for these trees, or that tree, I should say. Yeah. I think it looks really, really good. And again, I love your comments. I love hearing from you, even if it's a criticism, because I can take it, I promise. You know, if you have, you know, you're like, I don't like how you did that, or whatever, you know, let me know. Or like, hey, I wish you had done that. Or hey, you should add this in there, it would look really cool, you know, kind of thing. And I might do it. I might go back and do it. You know, there's no saying I won't. So, you know, just let me know what you're thinking. I do look forward to it. Anyway, we are at the end. I overtalked as always. I hope you enjoyed. I hope you were inspired. And please remember to subscribe, like, and comment if you can. And most of all, I hope you have a beautiful day, night, or whatever time it is for you. I'll see you again in the next one. Bye.